Guys, we're back again today with the Unlimited Power podcast, and today I have the very lovely Carla with me, and we're going to be discussing female psychology. And when I asked her to come on and talk about this, the first thing she asked me is, what's the difference between male and female psychology? Which is a good question, right? And honestly, I personally think that men and women want different things in life. What do you think?
We want different things in life.
Yeah.
In which perspective?
Like what I want to achieve or the perfect life for me would be different from the perfect life for you.
May I ask you what is the perfect life for you?
Okay, let me try and speak on behalf of all men, right? Not just
Okay.
me. What is the perfect life? A lot of money, a family, because I mean the money is not just for the sake of money. The money is so you can have a family and take care of your family.
Survive.
And not just survive. You want to be live at the best possible existence you can. And what else do men want? That's an interesting question. What do women want?
I think that differs from person to person.
True.
For example, a woman would want, for example, just to have a career, not to have kids, not to have a family, not to have a man by her side. Or the opposite, I just want my family, I don't care about work, or both. No?
Sure.
So I think, in my opinion, my perfect life, so I won't talk for all the women, is of course to have a career, so to have a work, because as you said, money are fundamental. I don't want just to survive. I want to have a good life. It's okay also if I won't be the richest woman in the heart. It's okay, Just if I have a problem with the car, or my future child will need a dentist, kind of things, I don't have to choose. No, you have this kind of tranquility, no?
Yeah.
You just say, okay, no problem, we will pay, and also to travel.
Okay.
Maybe 1-2 times per year, and I have time to hobbies and passions.
You see, that's a very good point that you made. But let's say, imagine you didn't need to, because we're in the modern day world that we live in, it's almost like a battle between a career woman and a traditional family woman, right? It's almost like a battle. So let's say you did not have to work, but you still had money, you could still do everything that you're talking about.
Okay.
Would you still care about having a career so much, really?
I don't know.
No, you have to think about it. I mean, honestly.
I don't know. I think if I was the princess of I don't know. Also England, you know, they have other issues, no?
Right.
You have to think about other things, not to have money, because they have money, but you will have some kind of career.
Right?
Yeah, and also career, because they do a lot of things.
No, for sure you're going to do things.
No? Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. If I will hereditate maybe 3 billions in... No, I think, I would work. Maybe not in a...
conventional way, like the normal way.
No, I want to do what I'm studying for. I want... Maybe, but if I will work for 8 hours, I work for 4, or I want to work, for example, as a freelancer, no?
Exactly. So you want to be free.
Yeah, I want to
You
be
want the
free.
freedom.
Yeah,
exactly. So, in your opinion, do you think that most women have this perspective, or most women have the perspective that they genuinely, they really, honestly want to just have a career? Like the modern day woman.
Can you repeat the question?
Okay, like on average, in general, because
Okay.
everybody's different.
Okay.
But in general, do you think more women would think like you, or do you think more women would be like, no, even if I have all the money in the world, I want to have a career, blah, 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 blah?
So the difference is between you don't have money and you have to make a career, and you have money but you have to make a career.
Now, for example, let's say you have all the money. You don't need to have a career, right?
Okay.
Now, you said you will still work, but like something that you like to do, like with with freedom. Now, there are some women maybe that even if they have all the money, they still want a career.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But do you think do you think it's more women like you or more women like that?
No, I think we're left in like another category that are people who won't work.
Okay. Yeah, we will come to them. We'll come to them also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think the average will be like me.
Yeah.
So, or maybe you will change work. For example, you will be an investor.
Okay.
It still work, no?
It is still work, but it's different from like the conventional type of work.
What
like
is
that.
like conventional type of work?
9 to 5, blah blah blah. Do you know the word?
Okay, yeah. No, I think that everybody who, also men, that have 3 billions and all the money they could have, won't work like 9 to.
True, but then women like to act like, some women like to act like, to be a strong woman, you have to like be working, you have to do this, you have to do that, even when they don't need to.
But I think there's another thing. You know, in last years, there is this, I can't describe it, but it's like a suffering culture. You have to suffer for reach your objectives. You have to suffer if you want to be the best. You have to suffer. Just this, no? And maybe things will be easier as you think, as we think, no?
I think, regarding what you said, I think you do have to suffer to get to some things in life. But I think, and I don't want to be too complicated here, but I think it's the suffering of society is more for men than for women. This is what I think. In a way.
Yeah. Why I didn't think about like one suffers more.
No, it's like,
another, like.
I don't think it's a comparison, but I think in general, a man will think that his woman is like, he's supposed to take care of her and blah blah blah. So he's suffering, and he's suffering for her, and he's suffering for the kids, like the whole family, right? And I mean, you don't, as a man, you don't want the woman to suffer what you're going to suffer, right? So.
Okay, yeah, but I think that also women don't want that men suffer.
But somebody has to, right?
Yeah, but why is suffering? Like, why is not just enjoying a journey or a moment or a particular moment of your life, no? It's like that maybe is more difficult than another, but it's not. I don't think this I have sex, you know.
Say that again.
I don't think this is like it has sex, no? Gender, not.
Right. Okay, that's why I was confused.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's
because
okay.
I'm Italian.
That is how it really should be said. It's actually sex, not gender. This gender thing is a new word.
Okay.
Anyways,
we are in a holy place.
Right. So you're right. But anything that is important in life that you want to achieve, I think you really have to suffer a little bit to get there, at least. Yeah. Anything important.
But why suffering and not just working hard for something?
That's what we mean by working hard.
No, I think that suffering is something different.
Tell me. Okay, I understand that, but what do you mean by suffering?
Suffering is just something negative that doesn't give you nothing positive, not kind of enrichment and these things. And I don't think it's in this way. No, when you work out for something, also if you, for example, you're working on a project, no, and you start struggling with something specific, and after 3 days you you find what you are looking for. You're happy, or you have a kind of satisfaction, no? If you're suffering, it's like a circle, no? You're just suffering. Okay, found it. No,
Okay,
but doesn't matter.
Now I understand. Okay,
It's more. I think it's more emotional.
right.
No, it's the way you perceive something. It's not something that depends from others. It's just your interpretation, also. Yeah.
That's fine, but I think when I use the word suffering, I used it in a different context, in a different meaning.
Okay.
Like I just meant like sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do so that you can get something that you want, right?
Yeah, but it's suffering, or it's just a moment, or
We can use a different word.
okay,
We can use a
yeah,
different
it's
word.
okay.
You don't have to use suffering.
For me, it's okay. Like if you mean suffering with a positive meaning,
in a positive way. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
That's
I mean,
fine.
like, I think every human being has their own battle that they have to face, or their own challenges. Let me put it that way. I'm trying to use a positive word, right? So every human being has their own challenges, but I think in general, if we are able to separate our challenges, like each person knows what. Okay. In society in general, like if we all know our different responsibilities, I think society will function better than if everybody's just trying to be everybody else.
Okay.
Which is why I talk to you about female psychology, because I think that men and women in general have different responsibilities in life.
I think it's culture.
Yeah.
Responsibilities, like for example.
I think it's the responsibility of a man to lead his family, to be the leader in his family, for example.
Okay.
Right? Tell me. I mean, obviously you have a thought, so tell me what you think.
No, there are. Speaking about leadership, we have a lot of types of leadership, no?
Yeah.
So there is also the shared leadership, no? So.
But it doesn't really work, does it?
In my opinion, yes.
Sorry?
I think,
think it
yeah.
works?
In my opinion, yeah, it works.
I think even for a leader, right? A good leader knows that it's not every situation where he or even she is going to be like, oh, this is what I say, this is what's going to happen. Because I mean, if you're a smart leader, you know that sometimes other people may know better than you in something. So when I say, for example, it's like, if I had a family, example. When I have a family, let me rephrase. When I have a family, I believe my family is my responsibility. I know that you know the woman also will think that she has to help. She also has a responsibility, but I think it's my responsibility primarily to take care of everybody. That's what, and I like that responsibility. I like it. I think it's a good responsibility.
Yeah, but I don't think it's different.
You don't think so?
No. Just because I think when I have a family, my priority will be my family, to take care of my family. So.
Remember what we were talking about with Father Lufrani and Hairila last time, and we were like, there must be like a hierarchy in everything for it to be for it to succeed. Even in a family, there must be a structure.
Yeah.
So there has to be a big boss.
No, like just in families that deal with mafia and these things.
But you know what I mean.
No, I don't think so. Like, yeah, there is a hierarchy of parents, children.
Yeah. No, you're right. But father, mother, children.
Why children doesn't have like a
No, because
division?
it's your responsibility to take care of your children, no?
Yeah.
And if you're responsible for something, it means you have some authority of that thing, because you cannot be responsible for something if you have no power over that thing.
So the father has authority on the mother?
In a way. See, I have to try to say it in a nice way.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to say it in a nice way. But it's not like he's using it to do a bad thing. He's using it he wants to be her everything. Like he wants to give her a good life and blah blah blah. For example, he's her protector. He's supposed to protect her from whatever in life, right? For example,
Okay.
a man is supposed to protect his woman from whatever, right?
Yeah. Okay.
How can I protect a woman if she doesn't listen to me? It's impossible. She has to be able to listen to me.
This is. It's like a discussion, no? I don't know. I'm asking you for an advice, and you say no. I think that is better. Or I want to do something, and you say no. I think that is better if you do it this way. It's different if you say no. Don't do that. You have to do the way I say.
Yeah, well, no, okay. As I said, a good leader doesn't act like that.
Yeah, but it's not a leader in a family, no?
Believe me, 100%. Even subconsciously, without thinking about it, there's always going to be a leader. Even if you don't say, oh, you're the leader or you're the leader, there's always going to be a leader. Subconsciously, there is always a leader.
Yeah, but maybe they have different responsibilities. You know, you were talking about responsibilities.
Yeah.
For example, there is one of them. I don't like to say which one. Like, I think it depends on families and situations. Maybe who brings more money at home. There is the person who works less hours, so it's better if the person who works less hours also do something in the house, for example.
That's a good point.
No?
Makes sense.
But I don't think it's related to if you're a man or a woman. Like, for culture, the woman has to stay home to take care of children, to take care of the home, to prepare lunch, dinner, and wait for the husband. But times are changed. Like, I don't know. What?
No, I said for the worse.
Also for the worse, but also, inflation. So nowadays, I think it's impossible that in a family just the man works. Or I don't know if he's some like manager of an important company and he brings home like 10,000, I don't know, maybe 10,000 euros per month. It's okay. Like, why I have to work?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
But it's not related to gender, no?
Today, in today's society, is changing because I mean now it's like the labor force, like the workforce, is so big that like to support a family, most families need to have two parents that are working to support the family. So things are changing. But I'm saying in an ideal, in a perfect situation, it wouldn't be like this. To be different, you know, because mothers are like women are supposed to be mothers, right?
And
most
men
women
are supposed to be fathers.
Exactly. Now, the place of a mother is different from the place of a father. Like, I mean, every child will tell you like their mother has a very great influence on them when they're young.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I think in a perfect society, we don't live in a perfect world, so it's like everything is mixed up. But in a perfect world, it's like father is a provider and the woman is a nurturer, which means she takes care of the family, like she, you know, that kind of thing. In a perfect world. But the problem is like, even if people had the choice to have a perfect world today, some people wouldn't want it because they think it makes them less.
Well, we're in a work culture right now, no? So if you do a specific work, you have, I don't have the word, an importance. And if you do another job, you will have another importance, no? And if you don't work, it's different, no? You're not well seen.
That's sad, actually.
But as I say, it doesn't depend like from the gender, I think, no? Because nowadays, if a man is not working, also if he's like single and he doesn't have a family, it's not well seen, no?
Right. But if a man is not working, it's different from like a woman not working.
No.
For example, would you marry a guy that doesn't work?
Me as Carla?
Yeah.
It's complicated because I think that we want somebody that is similar to us.
Okay.
No? So if I have a person that doesn't have challenge, doesn't want to reach something in life, I don't think it will be like my person.
Good.
But not for just an economical point of view, you know. I'd like to just come back in the ancient time, have a farm, live with the product of the ground, milk, cheese, this kind of things, you know. And you don't have to pay taxes, you just live in a...
Simple.
Yeah, just this. I'd like to, no?
So that's a beautiful dream, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd really like to sometimes say, okay, wait, I'm going to a kind of tribu somewhere in the world, and I will live just fishing, just taking plants and these things, you know, but because I'd like to. Because we live in a world that is so material right now, and we have everything, and we want to have everything, and everything is affordable for us, you know. So, returning to your question, I don't know, but just because I want to have a good life one day, because unfortunately we don't live of love, we don't live just a house and a farm. Because you have to pay if you have a farm and a house, and just to be born you pay. And so I don't know if I will have a lot of money one day, maybe it won't be a problem, but I don't want somebody that is a parasite. Is a word?
It's a good word. And the truth is, a man that is not a provider will look like that eventually. You may like him for some time, but eventually you will think to yourself, like, what's he bringing to the table? Eventually you will think that.
Yeah, but also to you, no? If you don't do anything in your days, and one day, now we're studying, no? But one day our days we will made of work, no? Okay, you don't do anything, you just stay, sit in the couch and watch TV. What, like, we don't speak about anything. Like, it's, I don't know.
No, but what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, like, for example, let me put it from a guy's perspective.
Okay.
From a man's perspective, economically, a man doesn't care if a woman is working or not. Doesn't care. He cares about how she will add value to his life by being a good wife and a good mother. Doesn't care if she's working or not, like what job she does. Who cares? As a guy, I'm being honest. Now, maybe I said as a guy, but maybe I'm only speaking for some guys. I can't speak for everybody. Now,
we will see.
Right. Now, in general, a woman will care what a guy does. It's just normal. It's like living in the jungle in the old days.
Okay.
The women would wanted the strongest, bravest guy who was able to, whatever. And the world has changed now, so it's no longer physical. It's now in economics. And in that way, women are still the same. Women are still going to want to get the guy that is the most capable guy. The guy who's able to fix their problems like this. The guy who's able to take them to places they want to go and do this and that. That's just human nature.
Yeah, but I think it's something that is more psychological. I don't think that every girl will want somebody who will take you everywhere, who propose you to do a lot of things, to have a lot of things. Now, for example, on Saturday we'll go to a specific place, and then on Wednesday we will go out for dinner. I don't think that everybody will appreciate this. No?
Not everybody, but in general, the most, like if we're taking percentages,
okay,
most women will, most.
But I think also men, no? What kind of life do you want to do?
You mean men want a woman to be working? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. In my personal experience, I always paid, not just my part, but also the other part. No?
There's nothing wrong with that, but But now,
Okay.
if a guy, as a guy, I don't care about a woman like paying and everything. I don't mind paying for everything and all that. All I need to know is if she respects me and listens to me, it's fine. That's all. Just be a nice woman. Be peaceful. Just give me peace. That's all. I don't need to work. I don't need to make $1 million. I don't care. Just be a good woman. That's it.
Okay, what is a good woman?
A good woman is a woman that, will help you to be the best version of yourself. Right?
And why a man differs in this way?
Sorry?
Why a man differs?
Different?
Yeah, like why you don't, like you as a man can't help me to be the best version of myself.
I am, as a man, pause. As a man, you are helping the woman to be, you are making her the best version of herself, but in a different way. The best version of a woman is a good mother. There's nothing better in life.
Why you don't have to be a good father?
You do have to be a good father, but a good father and a good mother are different. In a different way. A father, you know how you look at a father, right? A father is supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be strong. He's supposed to be a provider. You can rely on him. You can trust him. My mom said something to me one time. I was thinking about it today. I remembered it. Something she said to me. She said, sometimes if I had an argument with my mom, she would say, for something like, you would never say that to your father. And I thought to myself, she's right in some ways, because the relationship I have with her is different from the relationship I have with my father. I love both of my parents, my father and my mother, right? In a different way. And I can say certain things, for example, to my mom, because we grew up together, like she raised me, so I spent a lot of more time with her, that I can say some things to her that I will not say to my dad. I look at my dad as a leader. I look to him as a leader always. And that's what I think a man should be a good father and a woman should be a good mother, but different ways.
Yeah, but maybe you think in this way just because you grew up in this situation,
Very possible.
So you think, okay, I think because of my experience, one day I want to have a woman by my side that just care about family and will grow our children up like in a better way. And I'll be a good father, but some responsibilities are left to her,
Yeah.
Maybe it's just this.
But you know that the reason why this was the system, was because it worked. Human beings the man didn't just decide, wake up one morning and say, oh, hey, woman, this is what you're going to do, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not that. It happened naturally because this is the best way for human beings to survive, and grow together. That's why it happened that way naturally,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so and now if we're changing the order, we think, oh, we're in the modern day time, so we're changing the order. But really, in reality, we're actually making everything confusing. And now it's becoming confusing because a man doesn't know what his responsibilities are as a man. A woman doesn't know what her responsibilities are as a woman. So it becomes confusing, and then it's like you have to rewrite, start again, and make up the rules instead of just following a system that works. Why change something that works? There's a famous saying in football. I don't know if you've ever heard it. They say, "Don't change a winning team." If something is working, don't change it.
But time has changed, so
time hasn't changed it. Human beings change it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that is the natural evolution of things.
That's a good point.
And also, maybe in the first moment when, me as a man, I have to work, you as a woman, you have to stay home. Maybe it works, like, in the first time, no? But after that, I think patriarchy. Oh, it's so hard to say.
It doesn't matter. Patriarchy.
Okay, that's it. It arises like after a lot of years. It created a lot of problems, because women were seen as a man property. And this is wrong, because we're not a property, And we didn't have the possibility to change and to decide.
When you say, let's go back to what you said.
Okay.
One second. You said women were seen as men's property, but like, what do you mean by that? Like, they were not treated like animals.
No, worse. Also worse of me.
Stop. Oh.